Has it happened to you lately that things don't look as clear as they used to? Maybe reading labels has become more complicated, driving at night more stressful, or you need an extra second to recognize a familiar face across the room. At first, it seems like a small thing, an occasional nuisance, but over time, these details start to pile up, and without realizing it, you're giving up on things you used to enjoy: cooking, reading, walking with confidence. The hardest part of all is that this process is slow. There's no exact moment when you feel like you lost your sight. One day, you just wake up and realize that everything looks more muted, as if life has less color. And with that visual loss, something much deeper also begins to fade: your independence, your security, your connection to the world. But there's something I want you to know, something that has also given me hope in many cases. This loss is not irreversible. In fact, it can be slowed down and even improved. And you know what the best part is? You don't need expensive pills or complicated procedures. The change can begin in your kitchen. Yes, what you put on your plate can make all the difference. Today, I'm going to share 7 simple foods available at any market that have the power to nourish your eyes from the inside out. Each one is backed by studies and, most importantly, has worked for thousands of people who were in your shoes. So if you're starting to notice changes in your vision, if you feel you're relying more and more on glasses or no longer enjoying the details as you used to, stay with me. This guide isn't a quick list. It's a natural and realistic way to reclaim what seems to be disappearing, because it's never too late to take care of your eyes, never too late to see life with clarity. Let's start with something you've probably seen hundreds of times at the supermarket, but perhaps never imagined it could be an ally for your eyes: the red bell pepper. Red bell pepper, bright, crunchy, and slightly sweet, this common vegetable hides an impressive nutritional power, especially when it comes to protecting your vision as you age. Red bell peppers are loaded with vitamin C. In fact, just one large one contains over 200% of the recommended daily amount, more than an orange. And that's no minor detail. Vitamin C is one of the most powerful antioxidants for defending your eyes against aging. As the years pass, your eyes face something called oxidative stress, a type of wear and tear caused by damaging molecules that attack the eye's healthy cells. This silent process can lead to problems like cataracts, blurry vision, and macular degeneration. Vitamin C acts as a shield. It protects the tiny blood vessels in the eyes, neutralizes free radicals before they can cause damage, and helps maintain collagen, an essential protein that gives structure and strength to your eye tissues. But that's not all. The red bell pepper also contains beta-carotene, a plant pigment that your body converts into vitamin A. This vitamin is key to keeping the cornea healthy and preventing night blindness, something many older people start to notice without knowing why. And how can you easily incorporate them into your daily life? There are very simple and delicious ways. A quick option is to slice them into strips and serve with hummus. This way, you not only get the vitamin C from the pepper, but also zinc from the chickpeas, which improves vitamin A absorption. Another alternative is to roast bell pepper slices in the oven with a drizzle of olive oil. The gentle heat enhances the absorption of antioxidants, and the flavor is delicious. You don't need to make a drastic change. Just start with 1 or 2 peppers a week. Add them to your meals, salads, or snacks. Every bite provides more than just flavor. It offers a silent defense for your eyes. The next time you walk down the produce aisle, don't just pass by. Stop in front of those red bell peppers and remember this: they are there, waiting to help you see more clearly for longer, because sometimes the most effective solutions are the ones that have always been right in front of us. Now we're going to talk about something so small, it might go unnoticed, but it shouldn't. Chia seeds. Chia seeds. These tiny seeds, easy to ignore at first glance, can become a powerful defense for your eyes, especially if you're over 60. One of the most silent yet dangerous problems affecting vision in adulthood is elevated eye pressure. It doesn't cause pain or give obvious signs, but over time, it can turn into glaucoma, one of the leading causes of irreversible blindness in older people. And this is where chia seeds come in. They are loaded with alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a type of plant-based omega-3 that has been shown to reduce intraocular pressure, decrease inflammation, and improve blood flow to the retina. But the benefits don't end there. If you've ever felt your eyes getting dry more easily, or irritated by the wind or prolonged screen use, you're not alone. Dry eyes are common in older adults because the natural production of tears decreases over time. Drops help temporarily, but the real solution might be in your kitchen. Chia seeds absorb up to 10 times their weight in water, helping to maintain hydration from the inside out. Not just in the skin, but also in the eyes. Including them in your routine is easier than you think. In the evening, mix 2 tablespoons of chia seeds in a glass of almond milk or coconut water. Let them sit in the refrigerator. In the morning, you'll have a soft, nutritious, and easy-to-digest pudding. For an extra antioxidant boost, add some blueberries or a touch of cinnamon. This simple breakfast is not just delicious, it's a direct dose of eye protection. Clara, 67, told me that she used to feel a burning sensation in her eyes every afternoon, even without being in front of screens. Since she started having her chia pudding every morning, her discomfort has significantly decreased. I don't just see better, she told me. I feel my eyes are more rested, less strained, less dry. And all with a change so small it wasn't hard to stick with. Additionally, chia seeds provide fiber, protein, calcium, and antioxidants. And since they don't have a strong flavor, you can add them to smoothies, salads, yogurt, or soups without changing the taste. The most incredible part is this. Something as tiny as a seed can help protect something as valuable as your vision. You don't need an expensive supplement or an invasive treatment. Just a glass at night, a tablespoon a day, and your eyes will receive deep and constant care. Don't underestimate the power of simplicity, because sometimes the most powerful solutions fit in the palm of your hand. Now we're diving into the sea to discover one of the most underrated superfoods for your sight. Seaweed. Seaweed. You might have seen it in the form of green sheets in sushi rolls, or as dried flakes in some natural products. But what few people know is that these sea vegetables contain a combination of nutrients that could make a big difference in your eye health, especially in adulthood. As we age, the retina, the part of the eye responsible for detailed vision, becomes more vulnerable. One of the most serious problems affecting it is age-related macular degeneration, AMD, the leading cause of vision loss in older adults. The worrying thing is that it often progresses without clear symptoms, until one day you realize you can no longer read clearly or see faces sharply. This is where seaweed comes in. It's one of the best plant-based sources of DHA and EPA, 2 types of omega-3 fatty acids that are essential for retinal health. While many people associate omega-3s with salmon or fish oil capsules, a serving of dried seaweed can provide significant amounts of these acids in a form your body can use very well. And what do these omega-3s do? They help reduce inflammation inside the eye, improve ocular blood flow, and strengthen the natural tear film that keeps your eyes moist and comfortable. In fact, several studies have shown that people with a regular intake of DHA have a lower risk of developing AMD and better overall visual function. Additionally, those who suffer from dry eyes can also find relief by improving the quality of their tear film with these nutrients. How can you incorporate seaweed into your diet without complications? It's very easy. Sprinkle 1 or 2 tablespoons of dried seaweed flakes on your salads, soups, or rice. It doesn't change the flavor and adds a crunchy touch. Another option is to lightly toast seaweed sheets at a low temperature with a little olive oil. The result is a soft, flavorful, and beneficial snack. Want to enhance its effect even more? Combine it with avocado. Avocado is full of vitamin E and healthy fats that help your body better absorb the omega-3s from the seaweed. You can prepare toast with avocado and pieces of seaweed on top, or mix both ingredients in a fresh salad. Rosa, 70, told me she thought eating seaweed was a weird trend for young people, but after including it in her breakfast 3 times a week, she noticed her eyes were less dry and she could read for longer without feeling fatigued. In short, you don't need to change your entire diet or learn complex recipes. You just need to know what to add little by little with intention. And seaweed, quiet but powerful, can become your most unexpected ally, because taking care of your vision can also begin with a small touch from the sea. Now we travel to the tropics to a soft, sweet, and colorful fruit, papaya. Papaya. Although many know it for its refreshing flavor and creamy texture, few know that this fruit has a powerful effect on eye health, especially for people over 60. Our eyes are constantly exposed to a silent enemy, oxidative stress. Day after day, unstable molecules called free radicals attack the eye's sensitive tissues. This may sound technical, but its consequences are very real. Cloudy vision, loss of clarity, the appearance of cataracts, and even retinal damage over time. That's where papaya comes in. This tropical fruit is a natural source of vitamin C, one of the most effective antioxidants that exists. Just half a medium papaya contains more than double the recommended daily amount of vitamin C. And it's not just about prevention. This vitamin actively helps repair damaged tissues, maintain the strength of the tiny blood vessels inside the eye, and protect the ocular lens from cumulative sun damage. Additionally, papaya also offers benefits against the effects of exposure to UV rays, which, even if we don't notice it, damage our eyes every time we go outside, drive, or simply sit near a window. Regular consumption of vitamin C can act as a natural shield, strengthening the retina and reducing the risk of long-term degeneration. And how can you incorporate it without complication? A simple and delicious way is to make a smoothie in the morning. Blend half a ripe papaya with a handful of fresh spinach and a few drops of lemon juice. You'll get a drink full of vitamin C, plus lutein and zeaxanthin from the spinach, two nutrients that also protect against blue light and visual fatigue. It only takes 5 minutes to prepare and can become a daily ritual that your eyes will thank you for. You can also eat it in chunks for dessert or combine it with plain yogurt and a little chia to further boost its hydrating and antioxidant effect. Tomas, 64, shared with me that since he started having that smoothie every morning, he noticed his vision felt less strained at the end of the day, as if his eyes could handle more without fatigue. It's not a miraculous change, but it is consistent. And sometimes that's what we need most: consistency. Papaya is more than a tropical fruit. It's a natural, tasty, and effective way to give your eyes the tools they need to stay clear, protected, and resilient over time. Don't underestimate it for being simple. In nature, the most powerful things almost always come in the gentlest packages. Among so many colorful and exotic foods that help with eyesight, one of the most powerful might already be in your pantry: the humble chickpea. Chickpeas! These small round beans, so common in Mediterranean and Latin cuisine, contain a mineral essential for your eyes that many older people aren't getting in sufficient quantity: zinc. And why is zinc so important? Because this mineral is involved in transporting vitamin A from the liver to the retina. This means that without enough zinc, vitamin A, even if you consume it, can't get to where it's truly needed, to the eye tissues. And when that doesn't happen, silent symptoms begin: blurry vision in dark environments, difficulty adapting to light changes, and over time, a greater risk of damage to the retina's sensitive cells. Additionally, zinc also plays a key role in cellular repair. As we age, eye tissues wear out more easily. Zinc helps those small microlesions that occur from daily use, reading, driving, looking at screens, to heal more efficiently. Incorporating chickpeas into your diet is very easy. You can cook them and make a fresh salad with tomato, onion, and olive oil. Another delicious and crunchy option is to roast them. Drain the cooked chickpeas well, mix them with turmeric, paprika, and a pinch of salt, and bake them until golden. You'll get a delicious, nutritious snack that also benefits your vision. You can also use them as a base for creamy soups or mix them with brown rice and steamed vegetables for a complete meal. Marta, 62, used to say that her eyes gave up at the end of every afternoon. Everything would get blurry, and she'd have to close one eye to read clearly. Since she started including chickpeas in her meals 3 times a week, she noticed a gradual change: less fatigue, better light adaptation, and a general feeling of visual lightness. Remember this: it's not about making extreme changes, but about adding silent allies to your daily life. And the chickpea, with its high content of zinc, protein, and fiber, is one of the most noble ones you can choose. Sometimes visual health doesn't start with new glasses, but with what you decide to put on your plate. And on that plate, chickpeas deserve a permanent spot. Now let's talk about a small, but tremendously powerful food: sardines. Sardines. Although some people avoid them because of their strong smell, or by thinking they are old-fashioned food, the truth is that sardines are one of the best foods you can include if you want to protect your vision over time. Why? Because they are a natural, accessible, and highly bioavailable source of omega-3, specifically EPA and DHA, the two essential fatty acids for eye health. These compounds help reduce inflammation inside the eye, improve circulation in the retina, and strengthen the tear film, that thin layer that keeps your eyes hydrated, clear, and comfortable. Additionally, sardines are rich in vitamin D, a nutrient that many older people are deficient in without knowing it. Vitamin D helps regulate the body's inflammatory response, which is crucial when we talk about diseases like macular degeneration or dry eye syndrome. Together, omega-3s and vitamin D form a protective shield that can slow down visual deterioration before it becomes irreversible. And how do you eat them? The most practical way is canned in water or olive oil. You can serve them on a piece of whole grain toast, accompany them with fresh tomato slices, or mix them into a warm salad with chickpeas and spinach. You don't need to eat them every day. 2 or 3 times a week is enough to start noticing results. Carlos, 68, was never a fan of fish, but when he started having trouble reading in dim light, his daughter recommended he try sardines. At first he was hesitant, but after 2 weeks of eating them regularly, he noticed something curious. His eyes no longer felt so dry when he woke up, and he could look at his phone for longer without feeling discomfort. "I don't love them," he told me with a smile. But they work. It's also worth noting that sardines contain selenium, calcium, and vitamin B12, nutrients that support the nerve function of the optic nerve and the cellular recovery of eye tissues. In summary, sardines are small in size but giant in benefits. They don't require complicated preparation, aren't expensive, and offer a perfect combination of nutrients that your eyes need. Sometimes, taking care of your vision doesn't require big decisions, but small, intentional, repeated actions. And opening a can of sardines can be one of them, because what's on your plate can make the difference between seeing with clarity and watching the world fade away in front of you. We end this list with one of the most surprising and potent foods for visual health: oysters. Oysters. You might not eat them often, or maybe you've never even tried them, but what they contain makes them a nutritional gem for your eyes: an extremely high level of bioavailable zinc. As we mentioned before with chickpeas, zinc is fundamental for transporting vitamin A to the retina, where it is converted into an essential molecule for night vision and the regeneration of light-sensitive cells. But the difference is in the quantity. Just one serving of oysters can contain up to 10 times more zinc than an equivalent serving of chickpeas. This means that if you suffer from blurry vision at dusk, difficulty seeing in dimly lit environments, or if your eyes take longer to adapt when moving from a bright to a dark place, your zinc levels may be low, and oysters can be a fast, natural, and effective way to restore them. In addition to zinc, oysters contain copper and vitamin B12, two nutrients that support the function of the optic nerve, which is responsible for sending visual signals to the brain. When this nerve weakens, a common occurrence in people with nutritional deficiencies, eyesight also becomes slower and clumsier. How do you include them? If you're not used to eating raw oysters, you can look for them canned or lightly steam them with a little lemon. You don't need to eat them daily. Once or twice a week is more than enough. The flavor can be unique, but the benefit is profound, because when you start nourishing your body with intention, your eyes will notice, and every small improvement in your vision is a way to reclaim clarity, confidence, and connection with what you love to see most. Throughout your life, your eyes have shown you thousands of landscapes, faces, details, colors, and unique moments. And although today they may feel more tired, cloudy, or sensitive, you can still do something for them. You don't need complicated solutions, just the choice each day to eat foods that work in your favor. These 7 ingredients aren't just food, they are tools, small but powerful ways to take care of your vision from the inside out. If this guide gave you clarity or hope, Leave a comment or share it with someone who also wants to see better, because you still have time to see with more light.